Welcome everyone, you're watching Initiative Africa. Today we're shining a light on the innovations and initiatives that are shaking up the norms and opening new perspectives for our continent. A unique opportunity to think about the future of Africa alongside our guest, a passionate advocate for the technologies that are shaping the continent's evolution. Get ready to discover the exciting topics we've prepared for you in this episode of your magazine. This Guinean entrepreneur moved to France but never forgot about Africa. Jean Koivogui has even decided to contribute to the development of the continent by perfecting satellite data visualization and processing tools. The result? Numerous applications for the environment, peace, security, and even daily life. He's our guest today.
Voir qu'est-ce qui se passe.
Seeing exactly what is happening on the ground allows you to make good decisions, anticipate actions, to guide you, predict and plan.
Et de planifier.
Recycling banana tree trunks and turning them into hair extensions. That's the challenge taken on by this cooperative in Benin.
We evaluate whether the fibers from these trunks can be used to produce eco-friendly products, such as biodegradable wicks, hats, art objects, and other items.
Vaccines and medicines by drones, the Rwandan health revolution is spreading across the continent and aims to cover even more sectors of the economy.
Ces hôtels de luxe ont des visiteurs.
These luxuries hotels have visitors who want to have access to made in Rwanda product, made by the country's artisans and artists.
Qui sont en vogue au pays.
Combining economic activity with banana waste recycling, a challenge that might have seemed bold, but in Benin, a new industry is emerging in banana production. The process involves turning banana trees into fibers, including, yes, you heard that right, hair extensions. Young agricultural entrepreneurs are getting involved, and social media is buzzing about this initiative that's revolutionizing hairstyling. We visited the cooperative Africa Terroir in the south of Benin, over 70 kilometers from Cotonou, the economic capital, with our correspondent Lefty Hunu. Take a look. In Mongonui, a village located in Akodiha within the Mono department of Benin, agricultural entrepreneur Koivogui and the women of his cooperative are dedicated to banana cultivation. This is the workshop of the Africa Terroir cooperative founded by Koivogui in 2020. He began his venture by producing plantains, later expanding into processing them into a variety of products, including dried bananas, locos, organic banana flour, and eco-friendly fibers.
Typically, it's understood that only mature banana plants, those that have produced fruit, are capable of yielding fibers. But what about the plants that didn't mature, or those that were knocked over by strong winds? We study the trunks from all stages of growth, whether the shoots are 1, 2, 3, or 4 months old. We evaluate whether the fibers from these trunks can be used to produce eco-friendly products, such as biodegradable wicks, hats, art objects, and other items.
Located near the agricultural training field, the banana trunk processing workshop employs 15 men in the production section and 15 women in the transformation section, where the trunks are converted into fibers. Despite this gender balance, everyone contributes equally to ensuring a good yield of fiber.
When a banana trunk is harvested from the field, it must be processed to become usable fiber. We currently rely on rudimentary methods, which unfortunately compromises the quality. If we had a dehydrator to remove excess water from the trunks, the results would be much better.
The practice of transforming banana trunks into fiber emerged as a solution to various challenges. Strong winds often damage banana plantations, and the remnants of banana plants after harvest can be difficult to manage. In response, Koivogui decided to expand his business by recycling the banana trunks that would otherwise clutter the environment. This initiative not only addresses waste disposal, but also boosts his income. His team works tirelessly to produce biodegradable wicks, and other accessories. The women in the cooperative process the fibres in a dedicated hairdressing workshop, creating eco-friendly extensions that are used for braiding hair.
When a woman braids her hair using our strands, she doesn't feel any discomfort on her scalp, unlike synthetic hair. It's much lighter. Plus, customers can order the exact color they want, and we're able to customize it.
Looking ahead, Koivogui intends to industrialize the production process, strengthen his technical capabilities, patent his brand, and export into commercial markets in Benin, the African sub-region, and globally. However, the current lack of financial and logistical resources limits his progress.
We urgently need tricycles and small trucks to transport the heavy banana trunks. With investments in this area, we could greatly expand our ecological initiatives.
Koivogui and his team focus on dehydrating the banana trunks to turn them into fibres. These fibres are then polished and processed to create biodegradable wicks. In just 1 month, they have produced over 70 kilos of eco-friendly wicks. Koivogui, who is trained as an accountant and is today an agricultural entrepreneur, hopes to exceed this production level once he secures the necessary equipment. Banana production has been increasing in recent years across Benin. Research and pilot projects on banana processing into fibre and other derivatives are being led by the University of Agriculture in K2. According to these studies, banana cultivation is predominantly found in the lowland regions of the Atlantic, Mono and Weme departments, as well as other areas throughout the country where watercourses are present. Now let's turn our attention to the sky with our guest Jean Koivogui. This engineer is giving Africa the tools to see and even predict, thanks to satellite data, harvests, livestock movement, land registries, and even border surveillance. Nothing escapes his solutions. He explained to Laurent Soustras how the new technologies offered by his startup Technatium work. Jean Koivogui, hello. Welcome on Initiative Africa. You are the founder of Technatium. Why did you create this startup?
Basically, Technatium was created to help make up for the lack of map data in emerging countries, particularly in Africa. Being from Africa, I realized it's difficult to find information on territories or geographical information on properties in various fields of activity. And it penalizes these activities in both the public and private sector. Providing solutions is what led me to create this company. The company's first name was Next Africa, but we changed it simply because we realized we could also provide solutions beyond the African continent and could serve the rest of the world too.
In how many African countries is Technatium now operational?
Right now, Technatium is growing in West Africa with our partners in Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire and Congo. And we expect to find other partners in East Africa, in Kenya and Tanzania, West Africa and Southern Africa as well. I'm traveling to East Africa in December to meet partners to see about setting up our activities in this region.
Which technologies do you rely on?
We rely on technology based on geographic information systems associated with space technology. That is, data that we collect through resources in space. So it's satellite imagery, data from drones and sensors that we combine to make it easier to collect and visualize this data. It also facilitates its analysis and processing to enable our customers, such as local authorities or governments, institutions and the private sector, to set up automatic management processes for their territory, their equipment.
à travers
and installations through application solutions. These include platforms which can integrate this data and make it more visible.
et qui permettent de les visualiser.
What are the main challenges in Africa to visualize and process this data?
Il faut savoir que les principaux
You need to understand the main obstacle in Africa is the lack of information on the importance of data.
manque d'informations sur l'importance des données. Il faut d'abord
We
passer
have to spend time explaining to them how data can be useful to them as a user or a customer,
comment les données peuvent être étudiées
and then how to collect the data and how to understand its impact.
de ces données. Ça passe par la sensibilisation
It's a matter of awareness and conviction,
et c'est ce qui nous prend du temps.
and it's what takes us time to explain to our main users, the end users, or prospective users, that which our solutions bring.
Qu'est-ce que nos solutions apportent
in terms of benefits and of added value to their activities and services. And that's the key. Once they understand that, it's plain sailing.
Le travail, une fois qu'ils ont compris cela, ça part tout
Then
seul.
it's a matter of administrative and legal or other issues we must manage by dealing with the reality on the ground.
À la réalité du terrain.
If you had to explain to someone from Senegal, Mali, Cameroon, or Kenya what the benefits are, what would you tell them?
Aujourd'hui, nos solutions qu'on apporte s'appliquent à plusieurs secteurs.
I'd say the solutions we provide cover many sectors. To understand this, you should know that mapping makes it possible to regenerate territories
Les territoires en développant
by developing services that improve the quality of life.
d'améliorer la qualité de vie. En fait, nos solutions de traitement visualisation.
In fact, our data processing, visualization, and collection solutions make it easier for the average citizen to access information. For example, we're developing solutions that make it possible to digitize land registry management systems. In other words, land management, which is an important element in the lives of Africans.
Qui est un élément important dans la vie des Africains, à savoir qu'il y a pas mal de litiges fonciers.
There are a lot of land disputes that cause conflict, because when you buy a property and you don't know how the property is run or what precise area it covers, it can lead to disputes over land.
Engendrer des litiges fonciers, des conflits domaniaux. Et grâce à nos solutions, c'est que
But thanks to our solutions, because we are digitizing the process and collection of data on properties, local communities can automate the whole process of granting land titles from a single platform, to which people will have full access.
foncier à partir d'une plateforme et à la population d'avoir accès à cette information. Quand on veut acheter un terrain, on ne va plus acheter un
When you
terrain.
want to buy land, you'll no longer buy land without knowing how many times the land has been sold, and so on. The platform has all the information, and it allows you to go through all the necessary steps and due processes. And on top of that, we secure and guarantee transactions using technology called blockchain. It's technology that effectively makes it possible to beat fraud with a system that provides legal evidence. It's a matter of practice and can equally apply to everything related to address management in cities. Most African cities don't have addresses, and we are making this process automatic through our apps, and for coastal and border surveillance too, by being able to view data from satellite images. So it's very important for issues of security, issues of biodiversity, and so on.
Biodiversité, etc.
Are you seeking to boost your business in Africa and Europe? Increase your visibility with Business Frequency thanks to our network of national television channels in more than 40 countries. Every week, more than 100 broadcasts across Africa, the Indian Ocean and Europe. Don't miss this unique opportunity. Contact us now and put your brand into the spotlight.
Welcome to the second part of our show. Seeing drones flying through the sky carrying precious vaccines is still a rare sight in Africa, but not in Rwanda, where drones have been delivering blood and medical supplies to health centers since 2016. This is the mission of the American company Zipline, based in Muhanga. After helping to develop the health sector in Rwanda's most remote regions, Zipline now plans to expand across the country with 2 distribution centers. And that's not all. They also aim to enter the agriculture, tourism and food delivery sectors. Alexandra Vepierre visited this promising company, which is also delivering vaccines in Western Kenya. Take a look. In Rwanda's Thousand Province, the inhabitants no longer even look up to contemplate the ballet of drones flying over their heads. In 2016, the American company Zipline set its sights on the land of 1,000 hills to experiment with its drone-based blood delivery solution. 8 years later, this technology is now present in 5 African countries, and Zipline delivers to all hospitals and health centers outside Kigali. Located 6 kilometers from the Zipline distribution center, Koivogui Hospital was among the first to test this solution.
The problem we used to have, which was solved first, was rapid intervention when we needed blood. When we need to transfuse a patient, the intervention is quick. Before the Zipline, we had to send a vehicle to Kigali to bring blood. And look at the time it takes to get from here to Kigali. It's between 1.5 to 2 hours each way, and with the return journey, it's at least 3 hours. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes now when we need blood.
Laboratory assistants and technicians reach out to the Zipline call center directly to receive blood bags, vaccines, medicines, or any other type of medical product. The notification on their app tells them when the drone is leaving and when it is almost there. 10 minutes after the request, the parcel is parachuted directly into the defined landing zone. The drone arrives in less than an hour for the most remote locations. This technology allows access to the most remote health centers or those that are inaccessible due to topography or bad weather. According to Zipline's figures, their drones would have reduced maternal mortality during childbirth by 50% in 2023. To understand the speed of the deliveries, you need to visit one of the 2 Zipline's distribution centers. At Muhanga, around 30 drones are waiting to be dispatched at a rate of 1 every 2 or 3 minutes, 24/7. When they started up in 2016, only 8 flights a day were recorded.
So now when the package is ready, we scan both the package and the drone to associate to its destination. So we basically have a QR code that we use a phone to scan for both the package and the drone, so that the drone knows where it is going. So, and then after that, we load the package inside the drone like that, and then we move both the package and the body to the launcher.
As soon as the package is delivered by parachute, the drone automatically returns to Muhanga, where it is picked up and reused. Thanks to their experience and sophisticated equipment for preserving all types of products, Zipline has extended its activities beyond its collaboration with the Ministry of Health. The company works for animal health by delivering vaccines and for agriculture by sending products for the artificial insemination of pigs. In December 2023, Zipline signed a partnership with the Rwanda Development Board to deliver tourism products to luxury hotels. This business, which is aimed at a wealthy audience, is set to flourish. In return, 20% of these tourism-related profits will be donated to conserving the country's natural parks.
Au mois de décembre, on a lancé.
In December, we started working with the tourism industry because we have now mini airports, drone, batteries, and all the equipment to go everywhere in Rwanda. We had this need. There are luxury hotels and luxury lodges in remote corners of the country, in the middle of volcanoes, in the Nyenge forest.
Éloigné du pays, au milieu des volcans, dans la forêt de Nyungwe. Donc, ces hôtels de luxe ont des visiteurs.
So these luxury hotels have visitors who want to have access to made in Rwanda product, made by the country's artisans and artists.
qui sont en vogue au pays. Donc en décembre, on a commencé.
We started in December and we already have 7 hotels listed.
Déjà listés. Et leurs visiteurs ont
Their visitors not only have product made in Rwanda, but they also have the whole experience of having the drone deliver the gift or product at their hotel spot.
Le produit à leur hôtel.
Zipline also intends to take advantage of the wave of e-commerce in Kigali to develop home food delivery using new drones. The American company has also been contacted by postal services and private pharmacies to organize deliveries. The growth of its business has created jobs. Around 200 people now work for Zipline, and the company continues to recruit operators, pharmacists, engineers, vets, etc., with the aim to develop and extend innovation to all sectors.
And now let's return to engineer Jean Koivogui, who shares more about his solutions for peace, the environment, and the training of skilled African workers for the expansion of his startup. It's a real mission of transmission, which he believes falls to members of the diaspora. Let's listen to him. So the applications you're developing can play an important role for peace and the environment.
Exactement. Pour la paix, comme je vous disais, dans la sécurité.
Oh, exactly. For peace, as I told you, and for security and defense. Seeing exactly what is happening on the ground allows you to make good decisions, anticipate actions, to guide you, predict, and plan. We all know about unchecked urbanization, but thanks to our solutions, our customers, who include government officials and companies, can remain one step ahead, so avoiding problems before they arise. And on biodiversity, we can effectively supervise deforestation, for example. We can supervise the coasts. We can supervise agricultural plots. We can supervise the borders and the acts of maritime piracy and many other things.
What led you to take this route, to have this professional ambition in this specific field?
Parce que je me suis dit qu'il y a un besoin d'une part.
I felt there was a need, a necessity, because it's essential for development, economic and social development.
C'est primordial pour nos développements, le développement économique, le développement social et sociétal. Parce qu'aujourd'hui,
it's important to realize statistics show that African communities lose more than $30 to $50 billion a year
$50 milliards par an à cause de l'imprécision
because of inaccurate land registration. And that is a serious shortfall for the communities.
Et en mettant à disposition des solutions comme les nôtres, ils vont
by using solutions like ours, they can empower themselves, build up confidence, since we give them the means to fight fraud.
Phénomène de fraude, et aussi on permet à la population d'avoir.
It allows people to have trust in what they do with the solutions we offer.
Via effectivement nos solutions. Et sur le plan sécuritaire,
in terms of security, look at the crisis in quite a few African regions, whether it's organized crime or piracy or terrorism.
À partir de nos outils, effectivement, de surveillance,
using our surveillance tools, we will be able to predict, look at what may happen and see what's going on, supervise coastal, cross-border movements and so on, and receive early warnings before ill-intentioned people can act, allowing officials, the government and the armed forces to intervene in a timely manner.
Donc, l'outil décisionnel.
As a result, the tool is essential to guarantee peace, strengthen security, and develop economic activities. Because for there to be effective investments, security will need to be reinforced.
Voilà.
You intend to expand on the continent. Are you going to find the local workforce sufficiently well-trained to ensure the development of your company?
Alors, effectivement, c'est une très bonne question dans la mesure.
Yes, in fact, it's a very good question insofar as while the workforce in Africa has some training, it still needs more, especially in this area. And that's why our strategy is based on the creation not only of jobs, but also instruction of our future employees.
Non seulement de l'emploi, mais la formation de nos employés futurs. Donc, des personnes qu'on va employer
The people we will employ will receive training in understanding the scope of the technology and how it is managed. In short, passing on the skills to properly manage and use the services and solutions we offer. And that goes for all business. When you want to invest in a particular activity, the personnel must be up to the task. That's especially true in Africa, where it's necessary as we, the diaspora, think about transferring or transmitting our know-how and our skills to the next generation and those who are on the continent.
Jean Koivogui, thank you very much for your time.
Je vous en prie.
That's a wrap for today's edition of Initiative Africa. You can catch the full interview with Jean Koivogui as well as all our episodes on our website africanair.com, and of course be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. Like, share and comment using the hashtag Initiative Africa. Join us next week, same time, same channel, for a brand new edition of Business Africa. Wishing you a fantastic week ahead, and until then, goodbye.